So during the week, Simone Biles said that she was withdrawing from the Olympics. I think there was two contests that she withdrew from due to, mental illness. At first, everyone thought she was injured, but she, came out with a press release and she said it was mental illness that she was dealing with, and she just chose not to participate at this time. Lizzie, what are your thoughts?
I think her mental health comes first. So whatever, if she, I could only imagine as an athlete how like you literally are on the biggest stage of the world and you have to step down because of your mental health. So I think it must have been in a very bad place, or it's important that she went ahead and took care of it instead of competing, because for somebody to even have to take that loss, you could tell it was a very serious decision that she made.
Yeah. And she's so young and she's
She
already
is.
a legend. And I seen some stuff on um some people's podcasts that I was listening to, and she did get some backlash, and they were saying, but if you're not injured, you should still be able to compete. How would you let your country down like that? And I'm like, it takes a strong person to be able to say, I'm not mentally well and I don't feel like I can compete at my fullest, and I need a break. I can't do it.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, just one more thing too. I had seen later on that she was messing up on her like big mistakes. And they were saying as a gymnast, if your mental head is not in it, and you're thinking about something else and you're going in those high speeds up in the air, you can literally injure or kill yourself. And they were saying that's what was actually going on with her. It was to the point where she was making basic mistakes. And I think they said the coach or somebody had to pull her aside and let her know, like, are you okay right now? And that's when she realized, like, oh snap, I need to take a step back.
I don't think people at this time, people still don't realize how important mental health is.
Sure.
Yeah.
I really don't think people realize that, especially in the Black community. Like
Hmm.
they're still having a hard time coming to terms. Like we all have some type of mental health issue that we never dealt with, and now it affects us in our adult life. Or we all went through something that we never really fully dealt with, and we may not think it's an effect. It may not think it's affecting us, but you could tell it affects us in our normal life when we do something, like if how angry we get at someone, or how we treat others and stuff like that. Like people still don't realize how important mental health is. And like you said, Nikki, it takes a strong person to realize that and do something about it. So the fact that she
Absolutely.
realized that, okay, you know what, I'm not in it. I'm gonna withdraw myself from the biggest Olympics or the
Mm-hmm.
biggest thing of my life or whatever. I'm gonna withdraw from this to take care of myself. Like I have to take care of myself first before I try to put on a show for anyone else. So
Absolutely.
shout out to her. Her and Naomi, I don't know how to say her last name. The other
The tennis star.
the tennis star, like she withdraw from doing interviews after her tournament or whatever because of her mental health, and she got a lot of backlash for that. And I respect her 100%. Y'all like to put us on this platform, ask us these questions, and when we're not mentally prepared and we answer in a certain way, now here go 100 more backlash or whatever to put us down. Take care
Mm-hmm.
of yourself before you put on a show for others.
And how many of us, especially, a lot of Black women, we feel like we have to put on a poker face. How many of us have put ourselves in predicaments where we know we wasn't mentally stable to do something, but we were like, you know what? Just show up because we had to show up. And I find it now, and I've been trying to do it more often. Like if I just don't want to be in an environment, or if I just don't want to be somewhere, just be okay with just saying no. And it's easier said than done because people are coming, people are showing up for you, so you want to show up, but sometimes you just have to say no. And it is what it is. I was listening to Simone's one of her interviews, and she was basically saying like she feels the pressure to show up because people are basically getting paid when she does show up. Like her career pays hundreds of people, and it got to a point where she felt like she was doing it for them versus her. And sometimes you have to make that sacrifice, but if she's not mentally there, she's just not mentally there.